Get in, nerds. We are playing Victorian 3. We're still working on freedom of conscience, and I think after that, we'll probably look to fix up the economy. We are currently in a state where we're still doing agrarianism, and that's generally pretty okay, but it's still giving a lot of power to our aristocrats, and I don't love that as a plan. So I think we're gonna work on moving away from that overall. We do have a pretty substantial financial windfall right now. And we are still building. So I think that means it's time for a construction sector increase. We're going to go ahead and spread out a little bit here. Let's just do 5 levels for now. Don't want to strain my iron supplies too much here. We're still in a little bit of a precarious place with our landowners and whatnot, and we're trying to get Persia relations with Persia back up there. France does now have a treaty port and armed market, but I don't really see that as a problem. They are feeling very happy towards us. Austria-Hungary is feeling wary, and I don't necessarily see why. You took your hat off. We're militarily stronger than them by quite a bit, though. They've only got 187 battalions, and we've got 260 in the main force, which is surprising. Ooh, excellent. Success. Alright, so the opinion malice from the intelligentsia is decaying, so I feel like that's a good thing. Great Britain is also feeling belligerent towards us. They've got a far better navy than we do, but we're about on par, I think, from battalions, from a land power perspective. I am going to need to put together a navy that can project power as we get going forward in the future. As you can see, I've cut into my positive balance significantly by increasing the construction sector, but I think part of why I'm seeing a need to move to interventionism is because this investment pool needs to get expanding, and by expanding I mean really expanding, because I've got a ton of things I want to build. I'll just go ahead and finish this out because it's bothering me to have it non-complete. I've just got a ton of things I need to build, and the private construction sector is really, not succeeding at supporting me in my endeavor to be building stuff up better. Alright, so this movement has become revolutionary. I think we'll end up passing this. I think it's likely we'll end up passing this before the revolution pops off. But if the revolution pops off, it's not a huge tragedy. We will have France on our side. And that'll be just fine. With that said, I'm really hoping for success here, because I do not want to have to fight a revolution right now. So we'll see if we can make it happen. Come on, 50%. Heck yes. Alright. The children desire poor laws. I'm inclined to give it to them. We have 165k unemployed, so it'll probably not be that big of a deal. Institution costs us 358 per level. On the other hand, I would really, really like to have private schools. Or public schools, frankly. I think private's going to be better. Well, I will radicalize the Sunni ulema. Let's give that some time. I can do interventionism right now. And that's extremely tempting. If I pull the industrialists in, that might make that more likely. On the other hand, I could just take some time to reset things. We do have some interest groups being salty right now because of being over on authority. This authority deficit was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like 200. Frankly, though, I think I should let the Sunni ulema cool out before I get up to any weirdness. So let's go ahead and do poor laws. The local governors are not going to be happy about it, but I don't think they're going to form a revolutionary movement about it. And then once this is done, we'll work on other stuff. Let me see if I pulled the... Oh, actually... Interesting. This is not nearly as legitimate as I was hoping we would be. The rural folk, I don't think, care about poor laws, actually. So, I don't think they're going to help. So, pulling them in is not going to be useful to us. God, these railways take forever to build. These are really slow building railways, I gotta say. Oh, and we can go back to... Oh, interesting. No, these are actually more productive with pot stills. Are they more productive with patent stills? Game seems to think they will be. Let's do it. No, much more productive with pot stills. Okay. Countryside is nice. Let's get a more upbeat one. How's our liquor situation? We do have plenty of people consuming liquor in our market. Okay, alright. That's cool. Let's see if we can export more wine. Can't. Alright. Well, maybe that's a bug, but we'll see that later. An exile at the gates. The relatively lenient Ottoman immigration system has long been attractive to those fleeing their home nations. Recently, Khalid Mokrani has petitioned to join the stream of people moving into the Ottoman Empire. So you're an abolitionist. Oof. It was one name on a very, very long list, one that had passed through multiple layers of bureaucracy before being noticed. One fateful day, however, one clerk, at the end of his shift, pointed at the name and spoke those fatal words. I could swear I've heard of him before. Eventually, Macaroni too will be Ottoman, so he'll join us, or we will not have someone like this, regardless of precedent. That'll make the industrialists mad. I feel like the industrialists are very pleased with me right now, so I can afford to refuse. I am for sure going to get rid of slavery. That's definitely on the docket. It's just not right now. It's not a for now thing. It's going to be something that will be for later. The Sunni ulema are continuing to lose power, and they will be for, I think, the next 5 years, while the bonus they got from state religion is reduced from 30% to 15% by the move to freedom of conscience. That's also going to allow us to accept Shiite Muslims, which there are quite a few of in this general area. So that's kind of where we're going with that. Still feeling pretty good overall about my gold reserves. How's the market looking? Market for definitely increased furniture output. And clothing output, frankly. Houses of faith. The prospect of workhouses including religious instruction in their work has allowed the proposal of poor laws to gain favor with the Sunni ulema. What is the difference between a man who is pursued by poverty to his own destruction and the ascetic who pursues poverty for the betterment of his soul? The answer surely lies not in the nature of material poverty, but in poverty of the spirit. This is the form of poverty that the workhouses most desperately need to alleviate. Religious practices are key to the moral discipline of the poor need. This is going to give us 20% enactment chance, but it's going to make Orthodox pops more radical, and it's going to strengthen the Sunni ulema, which I don't want. Or moral principles can be instilled without the help of the Sunni ulema. This gives us half the enactment chance increase. I'm going to go with the second one. We're going to get 10% enactment chance, because again, I'm trying to weaken the Sunni ulema so that they are not kind of dominating my politics. How is my infamy? It's getting pretty low out here. Can I reduce the autonomy of Egypt? I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let me see. Egypt is currently a dominion. Yeah, and this is territory I want to take. So let's go ahead and reduce their autonomy. They might accept 78% chance. Ooh, interesting. Oh my goodness. France? Why are you falling apart all the time? Goodness. Oh right, I'm getting a pile of cash from France. That's what's going on. Because they were bankrolling me. I'm like, where did all this money come from? I'm like, oh right, I extorted my own allies. Let's hope the freaking Austrians don't get involved again. Although I think I've kind of proven that I have the capacity to fight them off if needed. Alright, so what's on the menu this time around? French Constantine. Oh, down here. Interesting. Indian Ocean territory? Wouldn't mind if I do. Sahara, West Indies, Corsica. I would love to have Corsica. No, I'm not going to take territory. Transfer subjects? Tahiti. Wait, where is Tahiti? Tahiti's like over here somewhere, right? Okay, hold on. There's got to be a finder in here somewhere. Where's the finder? Paradox games always have a finder. Alright, I'm not seeing it, and we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. And by old-fashioned, I mean newfangled. We're gonna find out where Tahiti is with Google Maps. We're gonna need to zoom out pretty far. South Pacific. Ah, France is down here somewhere. Oh, look at this. Would they give me East Borneo for help? They would. It would be nice to have a colony in Indonesia, I have to say. That would open all kinds of options for us. You know what? France, give me Borneo. Cool. Alright, so once again, I'm going to put our main armies... Oh, we can't reach that front, so we'll just put a couple of armies on this front. And we'll get going from there. I don't really foresee this being much of a big war unless somebody else intervenes, and I don't think the Austrian Empire can intervene again because, you know, they already intervened in a different French Civil War. It's costing us a pile of cash. Right? Where is it? Oh, brilliant. So this is breech loading artillery. This unlocks the shrapnel artillery military unit. So let's go ahead and get our armies upgrading to the new artillery. So we're going to be without artillery for a little bit, but it's going to be worth it. And then we don't have to construct those, do we? No, looks like not. Wonderful. Now, do we have Borneo already? No, we're going to get it at the end of the war. Prisons for the poor. Some social reformers among the intelligentsia have spoken out against the proposed poor laws, viewing them as an attempt to make poverty itself a crime. If I may bring your attention to the design of the most ambitious workhouse plans, you may notice a striking similarity to our most modern attempts at constructing ideal prisons. This is because they are prisons. Prisons intended to house people who have committed no crime, where the purpose is not justice but punishment, and the exploitation of the weak for its own ends. The poor are a burden on society, a crime in itself. This reduces enactment chance and makes the intelligentsia mad. Or, there must be a way for this new system to respect personal liberty. This reduces enactment chance by 20%. Ugh. Can I live with the intelligentsia being mad -2 for a bit? What's my stall chance here? 22%. I've got a pretty good advance chance. I think we can tolerate the loss in enactment chance, because most of that's going into advance chance, and having a chance of advancing is still good. It's still enough. Oh, Netherlands is annexing Dutch Senegal. They already did. Oh, well, look at this. The Dutch have really expanded. You know what? You get them, Netherlands. Alright, and we are moving ahead with the war in France. I'm going to grab one of our secondary armies. 2 arms. Let me just make sure all my armies are on advance orders, which they are. Let me take a look at the liquor market and make sure that's doing okay for what we need to do. Yes, it's looking very good. So we're producing the amount of liquor that we need. Feeling very good. Who's trying to buy oil in my market? Oh, I bet I've got... I wonder if there's a tiny amount of whaling industry in Danubia. I wonder if that's what's going on there. It'll be funny. It'll be an interesting outcome. I don't need you raiding convoys anymore. So let's put you where the action is. Come on, poor laws. Rousing speech captivates the public. This afternoon, Jalaluddin Mulos, leader of the industrialists, delivered a fiery speech advocating for the enactment of poor laws. Making an appearance before the public in Constantinople's main square, Jalaluddin Mulos' powerful rhetoric left even his most embittered political opponents impressed. Excerpts from the speech are already being circulated across the Ottoman Empire, fanning the fires of an already roaring debate. This should ease the path to reform greatly. This gives us 15% enactment chance, or performances like this reflect well on Jalaluddin Mulos and his cause. Smaller enactment chance, but extra popularity for him. And rising public support for the industrialists. I'm going to do the second one. It's going to eventually be important for our plans. We are... So, the eastern area is losing... Oh, whoops. Naval invasion in eastern Thrace. Oh my goodness. Well, didn't expect that, but, we can have our main army stationed over at this HQ to intercept our home army stationed over at this HQ to intercept that, and we'll grab the Constantine army as well, so that once this naval invasion hits, we'll have armies available in the area to protect. All right, that was a swing and a miss. We'll go ahead and station... Oh, can't move the... So our navy is in the middle of a battle. And I'm going to put them back in our main naval hub for now, and that'll let us take some shots at this this French navy. We're still doing pretty well overall on the main front, although the secondary front's going pretty rough. Our side is losing war support really fast, which is pretty rough. Britain, why do you keep expelling our diplomats? It's chill. We're chill. Poor laws is... We're enacting poor laws. We're becoming a modern state. Why are you being all weird about this? It's Frederick of Hanover. What happened to Queen Victoria? She dead already? Jeepers. Okay, so we are losing a battle here. So I think this means a naval invasion battle. Alright, and that's our navy lost, so it needs to go back to its HQ. And then they're repaired. So then we're going to get a naval landing battle, right? Meanwhile, these fronts are aligned? No, this area is occupied by the enemy. Okay, so they're moving towards Alsace-Lorraine, but we're coming in behind them. So we are overall pressing forward, but it's just a whole process. A kerfuffle, if you will. I'm going to move my tertiary army over there. Oh, you're locked on stuff. Well, gosh, can I get a freaking... Armed Forces, thank you. This guy. This guy knows what's up. Mehmed Ali Pasha. Okay, I think they bailed on naval invading us, so I'm feeling pretty pleased about that. This army stopped participating in the battle on Alsace-Lorraine, this enemy army here, so now it's going to the main front. Where it's kind of hard to see what's going on. Great Britain's going after Sintang. Oh, and we got a hold of this province in Indonesia. Alright, cool. So, let's align our production methods. We are short on infrastructure here, and there's big turmoil. Oh my goodness. Okay, population are mostly Bornean, so we are not going to be able to have them be accepted pops. So that means we're not going to incorporate this territory. And it's going to be rough, and we're going to need to just provide a lot of jobs. Huh. Are there any plantation types that we have unique access to? I don't think so. How are we with taxation capacity? We're fine. Alright, well, let's at the very least get a railway going here, and then we'll deal with other stuff later. It's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute. Fighting a war in France here. Our side of the French is losing war support way faster than theirs. They have substantial enemy occupation. Right, because this is actually a lot of their territory. And then lost 41% of battles. But their modifier for scaled by battle size, right, because so our side has minus 3.53 from 40% of battles lost scaled to battle size. And the enemy side has minus 2.48 scaled by battle size to 58% of battles lost, because the enemy French military is actually a lot larger than our allied French military. Java's a country? Oh my goodness! The Dutch East India Company broke up, and now they're all free again. That's wild. That is wild. Oh, looking tasty there, Kutai. East Borneo, and this is East Borneo. We might be having ambitions in Southeast Asia. Is what I'm saying here about this whole situation. What is going on in Borneo? Now that we've got some territory, hey, we got to consideration. Wonderful. Now that we've got some territory, there are definite things. So if we can successfully enact this, we'll get 3.23 million loyalists, and that's really going to help out our politics. We're probably not going to have 3.23 million loyalists, but we're going to lose a bunch of radicals, and that's going to make things easier, I'm hoping. We're going to get a line item in here about welfare payments, but I don't really think that's going to affect much at all. What are we subsidizing right now? Railways? Railways. Why does nobody want to buy our transportation? Does nobody like transport? Oh, you know what? We can, oh, I completely didn't realize we had another option available for artillery foundries. We'll wait on that for now. We're already using public trams, and that produces transport. So if we don't do that, once the railways are done, we'll flip over to not having that, and then that'll work. All right, I got it. I got it in my head. My head's right about it now. Big battle happening over here. Blam, blam, blam. What are we doing technology-wise? Yes, we're working on nationalism. And then I think after that we're doing realism. Because we really want these higher level arts academies. We want arts academies that produce the amount of art that we want to produce, which is a lot. Why does Great Britain have so many battalions on its... Oh, because it's got a bunch of puppets and whatnot. Well, that does make sense. Well, Great Britain, why would you break our trade agreement? Why do you not... Great Britain, why do you not want to be friends? I spent so much influence for so long on us being friends. I even agreed to take European interests into consideration in the Middle East. In developing my Middle East policy. A thing no previous Ottoman emperor has ever done. Particularly as Ottoman emperors have been just kind of chomping up bits of Europe. Are we back at zero infamy? We are back at zero infamy. I can't reduce Egyptian autonomy because I am in a war. I'm in a war helping the French fight the French. I don't seem to be progressing forward over here getting any of this French Republican territory liberated, but, you know, we're still experiencing success in the war place. As long as the enemy doesn't get a hold of Ile-de-France, we'll be fine. And we are in adoption for poor laws. Wonderful. About 150k unemployed, so that's really not going to affect things all that much. We've got Bessemer process for steel. Looks like our steel mills are producing at maximum, because I'm thinking about flipping over our artillery foundries to level 3. That's going to take a lot of tools and a lot of steel. It's going to reduce the hardwood cost. Let's go ahead and do it. I always keep arms industries at maximum methods. I think giving them maximum capacity to flex upward is the right call pretty much all the time. Interestingly, we still don't have repeaters, which I would have thought we would right now. Oh no, we got it spreading to us. Or no, we don't. We had a bonus from a thing. Ooh, we got Junicole developing. That's nice. That'll be very nice. Gosh, this war is really taking a long time here. A lot of, I'm taking 100k, basically 200k casualties on this. I'm not super stoked about that. I'm really hoping to have success with poor laws, though, because I'm really hoping that having those loyalists will be excellent. And those loyalists will be a shot in the arm politically. So I think I'm going to go to the next tick here, and then we'll put a pin in this episode, because it has been another long one, and I really do need to get it finished up for tonight. I could probably live with one more episode. I could record one more episode. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Gonna get there right as July is getting done with. Bureaucratic imbroglio. I don't like that. Lawmakers working towards the enactment of poor laws have found themselves mired in a particularly complex set of bureaucratic proceedings, grinding the work towards reform to a near halt. The fully developed bureaucratic apparatus compares with other organizations exactly as does the machine with the non-mechanical modes of production. That is to say, the teeth of its individual gears meet in accord, or its gears will gnash and churn until it eventually breaks. I can do damn this labyrinthine legal system, which reduces enactment chance by 10% and increases enactment time by 20%. Or I can cut through some of the red tape. This costs me a little bit of bureaucracy, but it doesn't reduce enactment chance, and it increases enactment time by half as much. But it radicalizes some of my pops and my bureaucrats in my capital. I'm going to do the second one. I always do this. It's not a problem. With that having been said, it's been a good hefty episode. We got ourselves a little colony in eastern Borneo. Thirsty for more territory over there. We'll see how things go. I'm going to get working on reducing the autonomy of my my protectorates and puppets and whatnot for now. We'll get working on doing that, and that'll be a whole process. Happily, Persia is loyal now, so I'm hoping I can reduce their autonomy without creating a problem. Anyway, we'll see. But for now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.